The only reason I'm hesitant on the death penalty, the only reason, and is that sometimes we execute people that were truly innocent. It is a law in all 5 books of the Torah: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. And I've moved on it. I've changed on this. And I think that if you take a life, your life should be taken. Yeah, that's how you should. By the way, this is my other problem with death penalty. It takes too long, too many appeals. Expensive. It should be public. It should be quick. It should be televised.
I hate my opponent, and I don't want the best for them. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Erika. But now Erika can talk to me and the whole group, and maybe they can convince me that that's not right, but I can't stand my opponent. Charlie's angry. Look at that. He's angry at me now.
All right, we're about to go for it.
Uh-oh.
And you know what? I want to watch that execution. That'll make my day better. I want to see him on a public block and get him be publicly executed. And I think that would be justice.
It was the absorption of information of, I need to tell people what they are not understanding and show them through history and show them through our rights and through even correlating that to scripture, like how important it is.
2 days after Jezebel published that article, Charlie was killed by an assassin's bullet.
Philanthropist, doctorate student, agency represented model/host.
Hello.
Go, girl.
Right, yeah, go girl. And then you graduated Liberty University with a master's degree in American Legal Studies, which is very awesome and amazing.
So you can represent like some special person in your life?
Exactly.
I know, right?
So here we are. We have Charlie with this little girl. We don't see her face. And we'll just play a little bit of the video here. I'm not going to play the audio. But it's interesting that he's looking at the camera. You're not going to like some of my commentary. And you let me know if you think this is so authentic or if he's looking to see if he's being filmed. I just find he's looking at the camera a lot, and I don't know why. Maybe he's nervous. Maybe all dads do that. So I'm not sure.
Convicted by a jury.
By the way,
peers.
that's going to get
I'm talking about a real thing. I'm not talking
all
about
executions in Belarus are by firearm. That's
no,
not a choice or anything.
Andrew's saying don't make kids watch it, and I think no, the absolute
I think
opposite.
at a certain age, it's an initiation.
She is the host of the Midweek Rise Up podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Monday Meditations. To start the week off right, the phrase we're going to be meditating on is when the enemy knows your name.
Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name.
Everybody, I'd like you to meet my date, Dr. Lilith Sternin, MD, PhD, EDD, APA. Well, yes. But what's more, I thought that we might have a drink or two, thereby lowering our inhibitions a bit and enabling us to go back to your place and have a physical encounter of some sort.
Well, we won't.
I appreciate your candor.
No, you don't.
You're right. I feel like striking you.
2 weeks before Charlie Kirk was assassinated, the far-left website Jezebel declared that it had a mission to cast bad luck or a curse on Charlie. They wanted to hurt him in some way. They declared, quote, if the far-right misogynist with a bad haircut wants to villainize independent women, Jezebel is more than happy to be the hag of his nightmares. And they went onto the website Etsy, yes, Etsy, to, quote, cast a curse on him. Yes, this is actually a thing. Etsy, the website known for making arts and crafts on demand, will happily cast a hex through its witches, who you can hire, on someone if you ask them to.
11 days ago, God accepted that total surrender from my husband and then called him to his...
Erika and Charlie Kirk heard about these curses. And that news genuinely rattled Erika in particular.
So I personally didn't know what he was going to say. And what he chose to speak about that day was his submission to the will of God. He quoted one of his favorite Bible verses, Isaiah chapter 6, verse 8. Here I am, Lord. Send me. After Charlie finished, I met him backstage, and I spoke to him, and I'll never forget this. I said, Charlie, baby, please talk to me next time before you say that statement. Because when you say something like that, there is so much power in that verse. When you say, here I am, Lord, use me, God will take you up on that. And he did with Charlie.
Because you want to get the light of Jesus, and
so much so that she and Charlie contacted a friend, who I believe she said was a Catholic priest, but definitely a friend, and asked him to come over and pray with them over Charlie the night before he was murdered.
Week, Erika works out on her own. The other 2 days, she's at the mercy of Scott Keppel, the official trainer for Miss Arizona USA since 2007.
She knew Christian teaching on the subject. She loved Charlie, absolutely. And she was scared when she heard of the curses Jezebel had called up.
She's also charitable, well-spoken, and sure knows how to rock a crown.
2012 wins Miss Arizona competes in Miss USA, a pageant owned by ... Trump. Okay, want to know something really weird? So she had said in a podcast that she had never competed in pageants and had never done any modeling before, until one day she receives an invitation in the mail to become a model and start doing pageants. And the pageants that she started doing were Miss USA pageants owned by Trump.
I come from a great family that has very amazing genetics, so thanks, Mom and Dad.
The best genes I've ever seen.
Amazing genetics.
In 2012, she was crowned Miss Arizona and competed in the Miss USA pageant.
You tend to think about the conflict a little bit later on.
The question is, how can it not be construed?
No, I mean, some of these foreign girls, you know, Mr. Trump, in my country, we say hello with vagina. And
well, you could also say, as the owner of the pageant, it's your obligation.
Foreign girls, you know, Mr. Trump, in my country, we say hello with vagina.
I love to work out. I love to spend time with my family. I love to play with my dogs and sometimes with my cats if they can play.
Wanted to separate themselves from Donald Trump's controversial comments on Mexican immigrants. Trump is a Republican presidential candidate and part owner of the Miss USA pageant. The pageant's hosts and most of the judges have also pulled out of the show.
Before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, you know, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. You know, I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that
like
everything is
doctor.
good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? You know, they're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible-looking women. And so I sort of get away with things like that.
Without a script.
When you see Erika on national television and she's wearing her swimsuit, like, are you like a proud papa with that moment?
I am. Yes.
Just a few miles from here,
can I ask a question? This might be off topic. How did your mom choose Phoenix?
So she chose to move to Phoenix from Ohio because there was more of an opportunity for a female business owner out here, especially from the standpoint of she was getting involved with the government, so Homeland Security and Department of Defense. Homeland Security and Department of Defense.
Tonight we ask, who is Lori Frantzve, mother of Erika Kirk, and what's the real story behind the tax filings, the defense ties, and the charity called Everyday Heroes Like You?
I remember seeing, because she was an entrepreneur, and I remember seeing her work endless hours.
You own this pageant, you go over, you're meeting the girls and stuff. One of them comes up to you and says, Mr. Trump, you're a very sexy man.
You're a beautiful man. You have fantastic hair.
Well, you're a powerful man. Right? You're a powerful man.
Right.
I want to sleep with you. Now, you're not the type that would say no.
I don't want to hurt their feelings.
Right. No, but I mean, you see a beautiful woman, you want to have that. You're a guy who likes to have everything, right?
Well, couldn't that be construed, however, as
conflict?
Yes.
I don't see it as a conflict.
It could be a conflict of interest, but it's the kind of thing you worry about later.
Oh, I see.
In college, I played for the NCAA Division II Regis University women's basketball team. I have played basketball since I was 5. Super tomboy.
Donald Trump has to say about it right now. He's on the phone. Of course, he's the co-owner of the Miss USA pageant and Miss Universe pageant. Good morning, Mr. Trump. How you doing today?
Good morning, George.
George Slopadopoulos. You know who he is. You heard the charge. This is fixed. What is it true?
It's totally ridiculous. Nobody has any idea. The 15 are chosen, and then we added one more picked by the audience. And then after that, it's up to the judges. I would say I'm the all-time judge.
I can play. In college, I played for the NCAA Division II Regis University women's basketball team. I have played basketball since I was 5. Super tomboy. Didn't like dresses. Everyone thought I was a little boy because I wore Jordan and all these different types of athletic clothes. And I was just a baller completely.
And they picked the best pilots in the Air Force, United States Air Force, to fly Air Force One. One final question here. It does seem that this contestant may have also had an issue with the inclusion of transgender contestants, the transgender contestant in the pageant this year. Do you have any regrets over that?
I think I always had that girly girl hidden within me. After being such a tomboy and experiencing that my whole life, it was like, oh, I can curl my hair, I can put on the mascara,
So there were a lot of questions that came in on this subject, and we chose this one. And it's, would you feel it would be fair that a transgender woman wins the Miss USA title over a natural-born woman? That's from Twitter.
I do think that would be fair, but I can understand that people would be a little apprehensive to take that road because there is a tradition of natural-born women, but today where there's so many surgeries and so many people out there who have a need to change for a happier life, I do accept that because I believe it's a free country.
Wow. I wouldn't change it for the world.
How about the broader charges that she makes, that the whole contest is fraudulent, lacking in morals, and trashy?
Well, what we're doing is we're going to be suing her now because she made a charge and she said that it was fixed, and now it's turning out that it wasn't fixed. Excuse me?
You're going to sue her?
Yeah, we're going to sue her because she made a, very false charge, and she knows it was a false charge. And, she suffers from a thing called loser's remorse. She lost. And if you looked at her compared to the people that were in the top 15, you would understand why she's not in the top 15.
And everything is going his way. With friends who respect him. And a woman who loves him. He couldn't ask for more. But George is about to discover that even a man who has everything doesn't have everything. On a scale from 1 to 10, Blake Edwards presents a 10.
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.
Now, Charlie Kirk really wanted the Epstein files released, but did his wife? Prior to marrying Charlie Kirk, she was a multi-millionaire on her own, and since his passing, She's also amassed all of his wealth plus an additional at least $5 million in donations.